Joel Selwood, Paddy Dangerfield, Trent Koch and Dustin Martin in the middle. 1-on-1. That's what it's about here. It's been like that all night.
Richo, a little bit of rain falling.
Yeah, it is. That's not heavy, Brian, just a light shower.
Start of the last quarter. Can Richmond push themselves into a prelim final, or will it be the Cats? Stewart with the tackle. You heard the umpire's call. Here's Dangerfield. Remarkable mark towards the end of that third quarter. Now the ball on the head of Floston. Tommy Hawkins really made him earn it. Grimes couldn't get hold of it. Asprey tried to get through. Cats got the numbers around the ball here. Slick handball there by Selwood. That was Scott. Murdoch couldn't quite wrap it up though. And plenty of Tigers surrounding him, and he's been told to get rid of it or he'll be pinged, and he has. So Edwards now with a clobbering ball up towards half forward. Big opportunity here for Jack Riewoldt. Lonergan got him in a good tackle. Little handball to Duncan, onto Dangerfield, and out wide. Won't see Parfitt get on the end of that.
It hurts. Knee in the back there from Tommy Hawkins. Cats turn this one over.
They do. Views. Well, he tries a dusty, doesn't he, and gets it back to Dangerfield. But Dangerfield's kicked only as far as Cochin.
This quarter only 1 minute old, and already Richmond have caused Geelong to either fumble the footy or turn the ball over a few times. Their pressure, it's what we've highlighted all night. Started this last quarter great.
And then Curvis the target. Riewoldt kicking around the body. Tui getting back.
Play on. Play on.
Heard the call now. He's got a decision to make here. So what does he do? We know he's a good kick. He gets himself into a little bit of a muddle. Good chase there by Riewoldt. Good kick though. And Dangerfield's hands were magnificent. Oh, he went to play on. Not the right thing to do there. Ellis got it from Prestia. Back to Asprey. Now Asprey with a telling kick to about 50 metres. Tui worked it pretty well. Lonergan couldn't quite. Rioli, Edwards to Martin. Oh yes, and he's in the pocket. Gives it off. Gives it off. And Jack misses. And Martin's influence is growing, isn't it?
Summed it up again beautifully there. Dusty almost want him to have a shot there, maybe a little too unselfish, running towards goal. In the end, a good decision.
And in the end, Jack was caught with a difficult kick as well on the run, wasn't it? The right foot banana from there was always going to be a big challenge. Lonergan. So what can the Cats do here? Joel Selwood funneling out the handball to his mate. Two of the guys that can absolutely turn the tide here. Cochin, where his legs taken that tackle from Selwood. Selwood had a second go, but it wasn't enough. Prestia, the human meatball, arches the back. Little low ball, need a clean pick up here from Riewoldt. Couldn't quite do it. Muston, Dusty Martin with the stiff arm again. Did well. They slide in every direction. He's got this online. Griggs going to mark, turn and goal. Talk about class of Dusty. So Greg kicks the goal, but make no mistake about it. Dusty from a long way out, channeling that ball into a dangerous spot, was just a great effort. And even he is having a little bow peek at the screen going, gee, I was very Dusty like then.
We want the great ones to play big matches in September. And this is the first real big look at him in his prime in September, isn't it?
Absolutely. And he hasn't let us down, has he?
No.
Absolutely, Brett. He's a match winner, this bloke.
And maybe that's a match-winning lead. Geelong need the next goal. They've got to get it.
I often say it, Bruce, there are a lot of accumulators in our game, and then there's those that do big things in big moments, and Dusty's doing that exact thing tonight.
He's been the difference in the second half in crucial moments.
Yep.
Dusty's been the difference.
Lambert running onto it, and Lambert, just hooking it away. They know it is so close.
Well, that equals the biggest margin of the game, Bruce, 21 points, which it was at the 16-minute mark of the second quarter. Duncan, so the Cats under enormous pressure here now. Duncan looking for a bit of length. Taylor over the back. Selwood magnificent at ground level to win the footy. Menengola got a piece of it. Bad bounce for Parfitt. Now Rance. Parfitt closed really quickly on him. Didn't give him a lot of time with that handball. Grimes taking it over the boundary line in a beautifully disguised move.
So where did Geelong get that break from? Where can they get back into this match? How does it happen? They need 4 goals to win, and they've only kicked 4 goals.
Had a great ability once they've got the ball inside their forward 50 to lock it in. So that's the first thing.
Let's see if they can get there. They can't. I'm not sure if Presti has played a better match than this. He hasn't played in a bigger one. Lonigan, Martin Hastling again. Here he goes again. He's 55 out, running bounce. Little kick, a beauty. What a game he's playing. That's service to a Butler, if ever there's been one. What a game he's playing.
Well, it's brute power and it's unbelievable speed, but it's also composure and skill and just touch. He had every right to have a shot then, but he knew what the right thing to do for the team was in the right moment.
And listen to this as he comes off the ground. So Butler, after all of that, misses. Ooh. He knows. He knows.
Could have been the nail, that one.
Any goal here from Richmond, a winner for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damien Hardwick said only yesterday that this was the best team he had coached, and they stand up to finals football the way that they've been taught and played, but the proof would be in the pudding as to whether or not they could do it tonight, and so far they certainly have.
Off hands here. Rioli now. Mackie pulls it in. Gee, Dusty Martin been absolutely incredible. Many expected to win the Brownlow in 17 days, and if he does, he'll be the second Tiger in just 10 months to accept the award. Of course, Conchin back in December. And now here at the MCG, qualifying final. The biggest game that any of these Tigers have played in their lives out here right now. Guthrie soaked up here by Butler. That's pinned, so...
That's the speed there of Butler. That's why he's in that forward line. Not just about goals, but about that.
And that doesn't look much, does it, Duck? But Geelong actually had numbers and we're going to surge onto that. He just had to halve it, gets a stoppage they can set up now.
Greg did well, knocked it down, retrieved the footy himself. Here's Rewalt lurking, got himself in a good position. Now Rioli off the front, right foot snap around the body. A lot of pressure coming at him. Didn't get great purchase on it.
Can I just highlight about why we've been raving about Richmond's pressure tonight? Patrick Dangerfield, the champ, the Brownlow medalist, going at 31% by foot. That is his worst efficiency as a Geelong player. That's what Richmond have done. They've caused a good player to turn the ball over.
Just a good player.
So well done, Townsend. Rioli, Graham to Lambert, and Lambert might have finished it. They are on their way to the prelim, you reckon? And I don't reckon I've gone the early crow. There is a crow in the prelim, but I don't reckon I've gone the early one here tonight.
Oh, you just knew that the way they played footy would stack up in a final. Because it's built off the back, and we keep saying it, but pressure, tackle. They're a great team.
So they're surging, and we talked about what was at stake tonight for the winner.
Oh, the road, if you win the game tonight, the road to the grand final is just so much smoother. Yep, you've still got to win a prelim final, but it'll be against an interstate team here.
Oh, not so quick, you blokes. Dusty Martin, the Tigers have been able to put themselves in bother in positions like this before when we thought they were home. Martin loads up, 60 metres out high, 40 Townsend. Townsend's mark, but it'll be an acute angle. He's just touched it 2 times. This will be his 3rd position, and he's had 1 kick. And he's kicked the 1 goal, the first goal of the night.
Just got to get back a bit further here, BT. Think his way through it.
He has time.
Take his time, use his 30 duck. He knows what he's going to do. He knows he's going to run around and kick it around the corner. He goes now, the right foot, it's there. The Tigers have kicked 3 in the last quarter. Unbelievable.
BT, you had a stat earlier tonight. How many kicks has he had and how many goals?
Well, 21 kicks, 13 goals, Bruce. It's
That's
not a bad,
crazy, isn't it?
Not a bad ratio, is it?
That's just absurd.
Impressive.
He's done his job tonight. 2 goals.
So 2 kicks, 2 goals. BT's just told us 21 kicks as a Tiger for 13 goals. Martin starting it all again. Richmond charging away here. 16 years since they've won a final. Oh, the smothered brilliant. Lambert going. Kicking to full forward. Buse, who stood up pretty well tonight. Little kick going back to Motlop. And Lingy, the Cats, have won 2 of their last 8 finals coming into tonight. Motlop, who shanked more than 1 tonight.
He has.
It's a bad one to Edwards.
It's going to be 2 out of the last 9, Bruce. They've been found wanting. Disappointing, but brilliant by Richmond.
And a good grab taken by Castagna as well.
He's not meant to take a contested mark inside 50. Been quiet tonight. His pressure's been good. That's what he's there for. That's all they're expected to do. If they get a goal or 2, that's a bonus.
But given the low-scoring nature of this game, if he kicks this, it's 40 points. That's a shellacking. Richmond have put the foot down. They have surged, and Geelong have capitulated in this last quarter.
23 goals for the year. As you say, Lingy, to make it an even 40 points. And 4 straight goals, and he's got it. He's got it. 4 straight for the Tigers. 40 points.
BT, you wonder how this now impacts on next week for the Cats, don't you? How does this impact for the Cats next week? Listen to this. What a night we've had at the G. 40 points.
High contact forward. No. Stephen! Play stopped. High tackle, paid by Matt. Time back on. Stay there.
Selwood to Dangerfield.
Hold, no, hold. He hasn't gone over.
Dangerfield measures the kick to 4-4, gets over Menengola, getting back Edwards, good pick up. Oh, and then he just brushed aside Blitzards. Lambert's been important. Rance, so good. Kick wide to you-know-who. Inside, Martin goes to Butler, and then Butler goes and finds Caddy, and it is a shellacking.
Gee, the last time the Tigers won in front of a 90,000 plus crowd, Bruce, Easter Monday back in 1982.
And you know that because you were playing your 9th game of footy, I was told.
Oh, no, I only just found out. I did not know that. But I do now. That's how long it's been since they've performed what I'm saying on the big stage.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. I mean, look, all these numbers. Caddy's been important. He was important in a tight first half. He's kicked 2 against the team he kicked 2 for in the corresponding game last year. And Duck, I keep thinking how great Richmond are, but I keep thinking, what does this do for Geelong next week?
It's, well, it's soul-searching, isn't it?
Oh.
Soul-searching stuff, and those stats that you brought out before. 2 finals in the last 9 games.
Since they won the flag in 2011.
It's damaging, isn't it?
Oh, it is, yeah. And it's going to be hard for them to come back next week now.
And this is on the Geelong leaders too now. The position they're in, Hawkins, Taylor, Motlop, all trying to work out what's going on. Not happy, absolutely not happy, and so they shouldn't be. 46 points, Richmond brilliant, Geelong terrible in this last quarter. Terrible.
I know it sounds a lot, but just the 5 goals in the 14 minutes that we've played in the last quarter has been really the difference here. Other than that, it was a very, very tight game. But somehow the Tigers have just busted this one wide open. Motlop now. Inside 50, penetrating ball. Hawkins there, and what a mark over the top. And Rance committing the body regardless. Not even thinking, how do I land when I'm upside down?
What a mark. What a mark. I reckon Damien Hardwick, though, Duck, might just say to Alex, Dusty Martin, Trent Cotchin, you might spend a bit of time on the bench now in this last 10 minutes.
So wide with the footy for Rance, and free kick to the big fella Nan Curvis.
He's worked tirelessly tonight as well.
He has all year, Duck, hasn't he? It's been a revelation. Stewart wins that one over Martin. Left foot kick. Back into a contest. Lambert, well done. Floston, his goal, so important in that third term. Duncan, clever kick to Buse, and then Buse's little give. Murdoch's been quiet. He's kicked a couple out of bounds on the full so far tonight. And a boundary throw in. If Martin's been your best, Duck, is Rance close to your second best?
Oh, he has to be, doesn't he?
Prestia's in the mix too, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. But Rance, he's been unbelievable tonight. Not in possessions. We know he doesn't always get a lot of possessions, but just those hands and the spoils. It's the influence that he has in so many contests.
Hawkins. Quick one from Dangerfield along the ground. Grimes meeting the footy. Asprey, Rance, the three main tools in defence for the Tigers. They get a clearing ball out wide. Now Mackie has got to give chase. How many more games has he got left? Mackie. Penetrating ball inside 50. Hawkins launching. Couldn't quite hang on. And the Tigers are going to face in a prelim final, they're going to face GWS, Port or West Coast. How good a position are they in?
This way, keep that meter.
Says it all, doesn't it? They're going to start favourite whatever happens next weekend, on this weekend between those three clubs.
Geelong will face the winner of tomorrow's game at the SCG, the Swans and the Bombers. Both teams have beaten the Cats this year, and the Swans, we know they've given them all sorts of trouble the last two times they've played each other.
And Cam, the winner of that has to go to Adelaide.
It's a tough road.
Yep.
A very tough road from here.
Hawkins did well. Left foot to full forward. Lonigan in a bit of a wrestle. Taylor. Parsons misses. Kicked a goal in the third. It has happened quickly, hasn't it? I mean, at three-quarter time, you felt that last goal to Richmond, the Martin down the line, the run down the line and the Prestia goal. You felt that gave Richmond a slight edge, but only a slight edge.
Only a slight edge, because this year Geelong's last quarters have been huge.
Phenomenal.
Dominated last quarters, and it's gone completely the other way, and that is credit to Richmond. Even this, the game's done, it's finished, but this is mature. Keeping possession, kick mark, controlling the footy.
What I want to ask you, Duck, and the next opportunity we get in break of play here, is just how the Tigers control this incredible wave of emotion. We saw the Dogs enjoy it last year. Do you push it back? What do you do with it?
I think you do have to. You have to embrace it. I mean, this is something special. Embrace it for a couple of days, BT, then it's back to work. But the most impressive thing about this team is they don't rely on it. It's just based off basic fundamentals of footy, and that is just pressure, pressure, pressure. So I don't think this will go to their heads at all. I think they'll handle this very, very well. But embrace it, enjoy it. You don't have. There's a lot of downs in footy, and this club's been through a lot of downs. So when you have an up like this into a preliminary final, soak it up.
You could understand their want, Lingy, to clam up a little bit, couldn't you, and protect.
There's no point, because you're not going to be able to get away from it.
Yeah.
The feeling is going to be unbelievable for the next 2 weeks for Richmond supporters, the Richmond team. So instead of trying to run away from it, I'm with Duck. Embrace it, enjoy it, and let it motivate you. Almost get caught up in it and enjoy it.
Imagine if you owned a pub in Richmond, you just go and cha-ching.
Well, you used to, Richo.
No, I never did. I wish
You own Richmond. You are the owner of Richmond, the suburb.
Don't be silly, Brian.
It's a Menengola to Dangerfield. Martin. Little give. Asprey. Now Tui. He gives back to Motlop. Wrapped up. Great tackle by Edwards. Well, Matthew, you're probably the best guy to ask. I mean, Damien Hardwick's personality is so upfront, isn't it? So he's not going to hide away. But what do you think should happen over the next week or two?
No, I think you saw last year with the Western Bull, you're not going to be able to hide from it because the supporters are pretty hungry, as you can see by the rollout tonight. So I think you've got to embrace it, and I think they're mature enough to be able to know what they've got to do to win games. But you might as well embrace the atmosphere that these Richmond people are going to provide.
Yep, it's like no other. We haven't seen this for a while.
Feed off the energy.
Yep.
And doesn't a bad defeat in finals? We saw one last night in Adelaide, and we're seeing one now here. Doesn't that open up a whole can of worms for a footy club? Geelong played so strongly, ready for three quarters.
This highlights the last quarter. This is distance covered in attack when you've got possession of the football, your team. Look at the difference in the Ks there. 28 Ks, Richmond, 11, all the players combined.
That's
when Richmond have got the footy, huge work rate, they've controlled the ball. That's why this last quarter's been dominated by the Tigers.
Damien Hardwick there as well. The first time ever he's entered a match where he's had more wins than losses as the Richmond coach. 89 wins, 88 losses. So little kick around the corner from Harry Taylor, and he gets a late one for the Cats. So their only goal coming 21 minutes into this final quarter, only goal of the quarter, that is, to Harry Taylor, and that's his first of the day after what we saw in Geelong a few weeks back with him and Rance. It's been a reversal of actions in this game for him. So just mentioning that Hardwick, this is the first time he's come into a game where he's won more than he's lost as the Richmond coach.
So some of the numbers there. So a Taylor goal gets it under 40 points, but it's a little shallow, isn't it? Selwood to Mackie, and then Mackie off a step. Hurley getting back, clever. Caddy's been superb against the old team. Lou over the give to Butler, running hard, he can do that. Kicks to a one-on-one, well done Henderson, he's outnumbered now. They swarm around him, Castagna, Guthrie, and also Mackie getting down.
The numbers we just showed there, the big one for me comes back to contested possessions. Richmond plus 17 in the contested possessions in this game. In that game, not that many weeks ago at Kardinia Park, Geelong won it by 20, a swing of 37. It's one thing to say you want to do that and be better in the contest. To go out and deliver it on the MCG in a big final by the Tigers, that is so impressive.
The other thing Richmond have been able to do today is to break that stranglehold that Geelong have had over them, winning the last 13 games, the Cats, over the Tigers. So just these little things chipping away, and Hez Prestia, as Bruce mentioned, has been one of the Tigers' best tonight. Floston's been fantastic as well. There have been many good players. Martin in the big moments. As Guthrie's brother straining his calf, we think, earlier in this game, and we heard Dr. Rowan White say that could be a 3 to 4 week injury if it's a full strain.
Zach, you're up. Zach.
So 23 minutes ticked over. We've got just over 5 remaining here. Smith and Rewalt going at it. Rewalt trying to nudge him under the footy. Motlop picked it up, got it back inside. Menengola couldn't trap it. Hawkins confronted by Grimes. Floston around the corner, high footy, deep. Over the top was Rewalt with one hand. What a pick up from Cotchin. Left foot snap. The goal of the game. Trent Cotchin. Look at him get around him. What about that? Have you ever seen anything like it?
He deserves that moment.
Oh, no doubt
He's
about
done
it.
all the hard yards. He deserves that moment, doesn't he?
He's been
Great call, BT.
He's been brilliant. Had the 19 disposals, kicked the goal now.
And it hasn't been about the number of disposals,
No,
has
it hasn't for the whole year for Cotchin. He has gone about this year different to any other year that he's played.
So, Doug, he's done all the hard yards, Cotchin, and have a look at that official attendance, over 95,000, a record for any qualifying final. It's been the most remarkable evening. Dangerfield, again Cotchin, who just kicked the most fabulous goal. Martin trying to get out of it, he does, and then Hurley soccers the ball forward. It's all happening. I'm at the right ground to be saying that, aren't I? As Edwards gets it out wide, and then Edwards goes inside, and Jack gets on the end of one. He deserves a goal here, Revolt. He's played well enough.
Yeah, once again, Cochin winning that ball, winning a possession in the middle of the ground. Been one of the great captain's games. Been under some scrutiny about a couple of finals. He's coming here with a focus, Trent Cochin. This has been a great performance by him.
And numbers can lie, can't it? He's had 19 touches, Dangerfield 29 possessions for the Cats, but Cochin far better game.
Absolutely. And that's what we've always thought about Trent. It's not about getting those, dinky possessions. He's done all the hard stuff tonight.
He's kicked a goal in every game he's played so far this season, and he's kept that record going. Well, a contest has become a celebration.
And that's just another great example of this team. You've got Riewoldt, who's just kicked the goal. If you thought years ago, if Riewoldt didn't kick 4 or 5, they were in trouble, the Tigers. They don't need him to kick goals anymore. They don't rely on him whatsoever.
Duck, maybe we're seeing the evolution of the new forward line. Just one tall, lots of small blokes being able to put pressure on, being able to kick goals. Been saying they've needed a second tall. Maybe they don't.
It's new and it's working, isn't it? You can do it many, many different ways. And prelim finals, we're going to have the Tigers into one. We know Adelaide are into one, and Adelaide will probably be, I think it was announced by the AFL today, in fact, because they're the highest finisher, will be on the Friday night in Adelaide, and the Tigers look likely and look set for the Saturday night here in Melbourne.
Probably a twilight, you'd think.
Yeah, in the prelim week, that is. So here is Mackie, and we're going to have all of those details after this game for you tonight, and exactly what is happening next week as well. So the Tigers with 3:20 left on the clock here. They will be absolutely delighted. Rioli spinning at the same time. He tried to mark it. Tui, you started the game so well today, Zach Tui. The tackle dispossessing on Riewoldt it was. Grimes might have got sold a little high. They made him stand up in the tackle. Now Martin somehow bullets his way out. Got it to Cochin. What a win this has been as Tui and Edwards scrap it out behind the play.
Motlop held up by Caddy. Ball not going anywhere. And a stoppage. Well, I left Adelaide Oval last night thinking I'd seen the flag favourites. I'm not sure if they are the flag favourites.
It's been impressive, hasn't it?
It's been equally impressive, probably even more in the end.
At this ground, Bruce,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
well, they're not going to have to play Adelaide if they make it until they get here.
Yep. So Motlop's kick around the corner. Vloster cuts it off and takes the mark. They are finishing full of running, aren't they?
Hold Mitch. Move it on. Play on.
Good kick. Wide. Motlop coming. Prestia. Waiting. Delivering to Lambert. And Geelong have been torn apart.
They have completely torn apart. I've loved the game of Dion Prestia too. I know we've sung a few of those Tigers players' praises, but Dion Prestia, 4-quarter effort, at times playing on the Cat skipper Joel Selwood, giving him a bit of a dirty night. He's kept him to 19 touches. Prestia's had 31 disposals, kicked a goal, and just setting up another one now. Another shot for Lambert. Been a brilliant game by Prestia.
Not going to come back. Not going to make the distance. And Smith takes the mark.
Back with me, Jason. Back with me, Jason.
Just almost a lull.
Oh, now.
Crowd drawing their breath, getting ready for the final siren, I reckon, Bruce, where they can let it all hang out.
Hold.
And won't the streets of Richmond erupt? What'd you see there, Lingy?
Just the three players, Martin, Rance and Cochin, all just sitting on the bench.
Well, you wonder whether they'll get any more action. Probably unlikely, I would have thought, given the quality of those. And when you speak quality, here's the quality that is building and happening in front of our eyes in Rioli. And now Allison, he centres the ball. Butler couldn't get there in the end. Castagna thought he might have caught one high. It'll kick around the corner and Mackie marks defensively.
Plays it on. Tui forced to go long and down the centre. Great mark taken by Caddy. He's played so well. I mean, so many have played so well. He spreads it to Grimes.
Hold Tom. Straight across. Play on.
So Grimes back to Broad. So in the dying minute, eh?
Play on. You need that.
Incredible night here. A record crowd for a qualifying final. Dangerfield cut it off. And again under pressure. We've talked about that tonight, the pressure they've put him under.
They've tackled well. They have tackled so well. But even stuck the tackles. So how many times do we normally see Dangerfield break a tackle like that and then be able to run 10 or 15 metres with the ball? They've just nailed him every time. Oh, it's been superb by the Tigers.
So this last quarter, 7 goals to 1.
You go up again, Jacob. Thank you. Jacob and Zach.
What a night. First preliminary final in 16 long years, and they have done it. They've won. The Tigers are into the prelim.